thrill of drag racing. Speeding down a quarter-mile track at more than 200 miles an hour. It's a risk-taker sport. Harold Martin is the embodiment of a drag racer. He's not afraid of risks.
Good.
He thrives on competition and fear of the unknown.
What about the distributor? Has it been phased in?
Harold puts his hands on everything that passes through here. For him, turning wrenches comes naturally.
Since a kid, I basically have been fascinated by engines and the possibilities and the what-ifs.
Martin's fascination with motorsports was inspired by his father, a Detroit auto worker who liked to drag race on the side.
Every Saturday night he would be there, you know, involved in whatever we was doing, you know. So I knew then, I said, boy, this guy is going to be a drag racer.
My dad was very good in opening that door and giving me opportunities to learn about it and to be on his race team and those kinds of things.
Martin wanted his drag engine to be the best, which meant developing expertise he didn't have. So he took a part-time job at General Motors to pay for a degree in automotive engineering. At GM, Martin was an innovator. He's credited with developing the first electronic fuel injection system and Cadillac's North Star engine. At the peak of his career, Martin left GM to start his own automotive engineering company.
I felt like it was time to take that risk and pursue a dream. I felt like, you know, I didn't want to look back on life and say, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Was it a little scary to start your own business?
Yeah, starting your own business is always a very, very difficult thing and concerning thing. You know, you have the risk of you've lost the security of the job that you had. You have the risk of, well, will people really think highly enough of you to give you business, as well as will they come back to you after the first episode of that business?
The risk paid off. Harold Martin built himself a multi-million-dollar enterprise, attracting race enthusiasts who want to soup up their engines and major auto companies like General Motors.
We certainly appreciate the association with Harold. Racing is a very difficult sport, and staying on the cutting edge of technology is an extremely difficult thing to do.
Besides his father's influence, Martin credits much of his success on his upbringing as a child in inner-city Detroit.
It takes a surrounding staff and a surrounding community to make you ultimately the person that you are. And that's why I find it so special to have the opportunity to come back into the city of Detroit and do things within the public school systems and do things within communities at large. It's each and every one of you that has the ability to take your own prospective careers to whatever level that you choose to. Nothing can stop you other than you.
Martin goes out of his way to share his philosophy of hard work and determination with young people.
I want them to make a serious commitment to the career. I want them to make a serious commitment to education. And I want them to realize that it's them that makes that difference.
Does a young Harold Martin growing up in this neighborhood today have as much opportunity to succeed as you did?
A young Harold Martin today has even greater opportunity than I have today to succeed. This is really good, Mike.
Martin makes no secret about the value he places on family and spends as much time and energy on being a husband and father as he does climbing the entrepreneurial ladder.
How much do you try and involve your son in what you do as a professional?
I want him to be a very successful person. I want him to know the benefits of working hard and what the rewards are of having a good education and having good hard work ethics and those kinds of things.
Harold Martin is living a dream he made come true by his own hard work and determination. But just because he's accomplished so much doesn't mean he's ready to put his life on cruise control.
God didn't put you on this earth to go out there and coexist. He put you on this earth to go out there and make a difference. Each and every day, I make a major stride towards making sure that our efforts at the end of the day are going to make a difference in the programs that we're involved with.
Hey, ship it.
Realizing potential in people's ideas and the fact that you might have a special ability to do that. When somebody mentions it, they don't even have any idea. Is that a special skill?
Yes, that is a very special skill. And I think a lot of us are born with it. And when you have that skill, you really need to try to capitalize on it. It's something that we're all gifted with in a special kind of little way. And as those little ideas that come up, whether it's in that silent robot or whether it's in an actual crystal ball plan, I encourage people to actually pursue those little dreams.
Well, tell me a little bit what goes on around the shop. If somebody were to walk around Harold Motorsports, what would they see going on in here?
First off, they would see a group of people that are part of my team that have been empowered to do the jobs that we've been asked to do by our customers that we have. Each of those people, we kind of sit down and have group meetings, and they range from technicians to engineers to CAD operators.
So there's no real hierarchy here then. I mean, everyone is part of the team, the Harold Martin team.
That's correct. Everyone's part of the teams. There's no big I's and there's no little U's. We all are one big team with the empowerment picture given to each and every one, and each person is asked to execute and optimize each and every responsibility given. So therefore, they all understand that we have team goals and we want to be world class in everything that we do. And so that within saying that, every person has a responsibility that's very critical.
You don't like to talk about your own personal wealth? You don't like to talk about how much your business is worth? Why not?
Because my goal is on delivering. My goal isn't on accomplishing. My goal is to continue to provide world-class services and continue to hope that we're trying to be better each and every day.
What about your relationship with some of your employees? Do you ever take someone on and mentor them? I mean, certainly somebody who comes in here to do an internship or something must come in because they know you, they know your record, and they know your accomplishments, and they would just love to be mentored by someone like you.
Yeah. Well, I look at my employees in the same way that I look at every person that I meet. I'd like to hope that in the conversations that we share, in the work experiences that we have, that in some way I've contributed to you as a person. In some way I've helped you to be a better person. In some way that I've described things in a way that you realize that you had more skill than you have, and that you now have broadened that skill such that you can be better than what you were before.
And you can tell just by looking at you, the way we saw you working on that engine yesterday, that you're not a guy who sits on a perch in his office and looks down on, from a glass window up on the second floor down in the shop. I mean, you get in here and you turn nuts and bolts.
Absolutely. I believe in lead by examples. Ultimately, I want to be a macro manager, but it also at times requires me to be a micro manager. And if a team member needs assistance, I want to be able to provide it to them. I want to be able to help. In fact, sometimes I'm the one that's kind of come up with this crazy design, and if it's truly not working, then yeah, I want to be part of the problem as well as part of the solution.
Give me your design on your own life. I mean, how you conduct yourself in the big picture story.
In looking at the design of my life, I think that's fairly simple. The design of my life is living out your dream. I'm in a very grateful position in that I have the opportunity now to truly live the dream that I always wished for. And it's just a wonderful feeling. It's many times, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and wish for daylight because I just can't wait to get to work. I just can't wait till the people are there and we can start brainstorming and we can start executing so many of the things that we work on. It is just an outstanding opportunity to be in a position to do all of the fun things that we get to do, from working on the OEM programs to designing new engine programs, and then to see the reflection of those products out in the business place worldwide. It's just a wonderful opportunity.